We won't go too much farther because there's other stuff happening. Okay. We're back. So you guys go to bed. There's no more knocks at the door.
No.
You get some pretty decent rest. These beds are real comfortable. It wasn't hard to fall asleep, especially after your whole day. And right about, well, it's early morning. Like, the sun hasn't come up yet. You can still see the moon outside. But you hear another knock at the door. And the door opens quietly. And as you're laying in bed, you see Nokomis' form come in with arms just loaded with stuff. And she sets it down. She says, she closes, she doesn't actually close the door, she just kind of keeps it propped open, and she whispers, "Hurry, grab your stuff. We have to leave."
We rise and get dressed, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my breastplate is all cleaned up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best breastplate ever.
But at least all the rust is off it, and they
Most of it, yeah, they tried.
They're elves.
So, time question. She said that we'd have to leave very early in the morning. Is this that time, or did we fall asleep for a few seconds and it's like, oh, we gotta get out of here?
You can tell that it's been a while.
It's been
about
okay.
5 or 6 hours.
So we're on
like
the
dust.
We knew that this was happening.
You can feel in the air that it's a little bit chillier than it was.
Okay.
You can feel kind of the moisture in the air, and it just feels like the sun's right about to rise.
It's not like a danger thing, like, oh, something came into the kingdom, we gotta go, we gotta protect you, right? Like,
there's
on
definitely
the quest that.
Go ahead and roll a sense of or sense motive.
6. Where's my sense motive? 7.
7 total.
No.
I mean, she looks like she wants you guys to get dressed quickly and leave, and not like get out. Like, hurry up and come with me. We don't have much time.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Then
So we
she
get
would-
up and we go.
You get dressed. Are you getting in armor or anything, or are you just getting in clothes and grabbing your stuff?
I mean, you have to carry, you aren't carrying the armor, you're going to put it on, right?
Yeah. I'm
If I'm gonna carry it, I may as well put it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We have to be really quiet. We have to be really fast. Follow me, and don't touch anything.
Deal.
So you guys follow her out.
Yeah.
Okay. As she opens the door, you follow her out, and you see that the guards. There's one on each side of the door, and they are fast asleep. They're asleep.
She must have cast something on them. She doesn't know what
She
we're
probably
doing.
played her flute. So,
Oh. So we close the door behind
Okay.
us?
Go. Everybody, roll a stealth check.
oh, God. That is the worst thing.
Plus 10.
18.
18.
So this is for Sid.
What?
18. And for me,
Come on,
4.
Tatiana.
Girl of 4.
Come on, Tatiana.
that would be an 8.
8. All right. So as you're leaving the room, like, everybody's being really quiet. Bo's being kind of like, he's kind of looking around, like, where are we going? What are we doing? Why are we so quiet? And then you see
Tatiana.
Tatiana just
Slams
kind of
the
like, she's trying to like hurry and put stuff on, and all of a sudden, like, one of the buckles that she didn't get right kind of swings in it, boom, in the corner like of the door, and everybody just kind of freezes and stops. And Nokomis comes back, and she kind of inspects the bodies, and I tried it, and moves quickly down the hall. You're actually really surprised at and you're surprised at how quiet she's being, since she has hooves. But
There's
she's
no stockings on them.
pretty good about it. She weaves and winds through corridors and hallways, and you start to lose your sense of direction. There's so many different hallways and corridors. And finally she comes to a completely blank wall and stops. She pulls out her pipes. And
She just lights up.
she begins to play. but it's nothing that you can hear. You can't hear anything come out. Sid, on the other hand, looks up directly at her and starts doing this.
Sid's a gnome?
Huh?
Sid is a gnome?
Sid's a gnome, yeah.
Come on.
And she kind of looks over in surprise at him. And as she does that, she pulls the pipes away from her mouth, and you hear a small... and the side of the wall opens up. And there's stairs on the other side. Going down. You follow?
Yeah.
All right. So you follow. Who's last?
Me, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to close the door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you close the door. It closes silently, just with a little tiny click, and you notice that there's a wheel on the inside, and with different symbols and things on it. And as you close it, it swivels to a picture of a wall. And then it seals up, and you cannot even see the seam of the door any longer. You head down. It's very dark. She mutters something against the wall, and gems about this big, about scarab size, start lighting the way down the hall. And it's kind of a strange magic, because the closer you get, the brighter they get. And then as you're coming down, you look back up, and they're already out. They're just kind of very, when you're there, they're on, and when you're not, they go away to conserve the magic. It takes you a long time to get down this winding stairway. A very long time. Probably about...
To the base of the tree, maybe.
Yeah, like 45 minutes. It's really long, and it's very narrow, so you're moving a little bit slower than you would. You finally get to the bottom, and it opens up into a small room. It's a small round room, and there is an exit on the other side. There's a doorway on the other side, lit by a symbol at the top of a tree. And standing under the symbol is a figure in a white robe, hooded, with its back to you. Oh, shoot. She does not notice you. She rolled a natural one.
What? Oh.
The figure does not notice you.
Uh-huh.
And the figure looks to be holding a bunch of things.
Oh.
Nokomis immediately strides out, no fear at all, and touches the figure on the shoulder. And giving a little start, the figure whips around, and you see Taranya standing there. And she looks to be holding weapons.
Can we just call her Terry?
You just call me Tati.
Tati? Oh,
Yeah.
no one call her Taranya.
Yeah.
Oh, you've made it. Thank goodness. Thank you, dear. And she kind of squeezes Nokomis' hand close in one hand. The other hand, I have something for you, and you need to leave. It looks like the council was trying to detain you as long as possible. I don't know their motives yet, but the sooner you leave, the better. Otherwise, you may never get to your next destination.
And who says that to who?
Taranya says that to you guys.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was safe here, Taranya.
Yes and no. The council doesn't know how to deal with you yet, and they see that as a threat. If you can restore the orbs, and believe me, there are more than one, then you are definitely a boon, but the way you use that power is entirely up to you. And they don't know how to... Well, let me just put it this way. They don't understand the lesser-lived races.
Taranya, was anybody sent out to protect the other orb to make sure this doesn't happen
As
again?
soon as I came. Yes. It
What
is
is-
being... They sent out a platoon, and it should be well guarded by now. They have sent for another priest to safeguard the temple as well. But other than that, I can't tell you anymore. I had to rest a little bit.
Can you guide us to the other orbs? Do you know where they are?
I know where 2 of them are. I don't know where the rest are.
What is the purpose of the orbs?
The orbs are actually given to us by the 3A.
3A.
THRIAE, 3A.
Mm-hmm.
Or the librarians.
Okay.
The one and the same. One's easier to say.
Mm.
They help with the prosperity of the city. They enhance certain gifts and how can I put it to you? It's a very long conversation that we don't have time for. Let's just say the faster we purify the orbs, the faster the city gets back to normal.
Who is making the orbs unpure?
I don't know yet.
We have no source of where this evil
But
is.
the priest mentioned someone named Corval.
Corval. Hmm.
From what I've gathered from my people, the Lord Mayor has been murdered, and this Corval person has taken over and corrupted all the orbs. I don't know how it was done, because it does take time to corrupt an orb. But I do know of two others. One is in the Feywood, north of here. The other is south in the Davidson district. Unfortunately, they have both been corrupted. We haven't heard from the dwarves in a while. The Fey are very on edge, and I suggest that that's where you continue. I apologize that it's one frying pan, one fire, right after the other, but there's nothing I can think of to make this any easier on you, except for maybe these. I've noticed that none of you have any ranged weapons, and that is what we specialize in.
Oh.
So I brought a few bows, a couple crossbows, and some ammunition for you as well. You may choose whatever you'd like. It is entirely up to you. Nokomis has acquired some more food for you, as requested.
Mm-hmm.
There are some strips of meat in there. They're not what you would consider a steak on your side of the forest, but they will sustain you for a while. And she pulls out a couple bows, a couple crossbows, a sling, whatever you'd like. So go ahead and add what you'd like in your inventory, just like one apiece.
I will take the sling.
All right.
I'm gonna take definitely. Let's see, weapons.
Yeah, if you go to your feats and go all the way to the bottom, it'll say proficiencies and it'll tell you what you're proficient in.
Let me look at that really quick. Feats, proficiency.
So I can either do the
So anything that's
sling,
checked.
Oh,
Go all the way to the bottom.
I can do the
Proficiencies.
crossbow.
I can do a crossbow
Yeah.
and a sling.
Yeah,
There you go.
me too.
Alright, so
You can do a crossbow and a
Blunderbuss,
short bow, I think.
Crossbow.
I'll still take the sling unless you want it.
No,
There's
you
more
can
than
take
one.
the sling.
Okay.
There's
so,
more than one.
I think I'm gonna take a
I'm in a
crossbow.
lot.
So how do
Oh wait, no,
I-
simple, but long range. You said.
Ranged weapons, so it would be like a...
Oh, so they're still simple. weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. I am proficient in a
Yeah,
lot.
he can do a short bow.
Okay.
Well, a hand crossbow, a short bow.
There's no hand crossbows.
Yeah.
There's light crossbows, heavy crossbows, short bow, long bow, and slings.
Okay, so I'll give him a short bow.
Okay.
Max
and
arc
then,
enhancement. It doesn't
You
say
said there's
anything
light
about this
and heavy crossbows?
Yes. It's a two-handed crossbow and not a one-handed.
Oh,
I'm
so
gonna do a crossbow light.
A light crossbow?
Since
Okay.
I can probably make it stronger.
Later on.
Later on.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is touch a tree.
Alright,
That's
so,
not how it works.
So I got a sling. We're gonna take the rations, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So do we? How much rations? Well, I woke up in the middle of the night and whatever I stole, I ate. New rations. How do we divvy up the rations?
It's probably enough for like a couple meals per person.
So
There's some dried cheese. There's some dried meat.
because this is
Some
by
nuts.
weight.
Nothing that'll go bad for a while.
So this is by weight.
Don't worry about it. It's
worry
not
about
that
it.
heavy. It's a couple
Okay.
days rations. It's not that much.
I took 3.
3 rations is 3 meals a day, basically. So you take 2.
Take 2. It just says 183 value.
Yeah, so reduce the quantity to 2.
To 2?
Yeah.
Can I
okay.
take a
Each.
sling as well?
Yeah.
How many were there?
There's 2. Yeah.
A lot of pockets. It'll be light.
I mean, his name
Yeah,
is
slings weigh nothing.
How many bolts?
There's about 20 per person, depending on what you chose. So you've got a crossbow.
I have crossbow light.
Yeah, light crossbow. So you put in 20 bolts.
I took the heavy one.
Okay, so do another 20 bolts. There's stuff. She's offering it to you, but she's not expecting you to take it all.
Is there anything else besides the weapons? Cloaks
No,
of
that's
dark
it.
cloaks? Nothing?
Wait, how do I add?
It's under
20?
ammo
Well, yeah, I'm at bolts.
Quantity.
and then
Oh,
quantity,
quantity.
and then just put it up to 20.
So the slings, any rocks or stones or anything, or does she give me ammunition for that?
There's pebbles under ammunition. There's pebbles, and she gives you 10 of them. They don't usually use slings. It's under weapons. Add ammo. Pellets.
Just pellets?
Let me just put 10. She got 10. Done.
Okay. Awesome. Okay.
And you can pick up rocks and things on your way if you need more.
Right.
Just let me know that you're doing it.
Okay.
Um,
Alright, so we got rations for 2 days, and slings and pellets.
do we know if once an orb is corrupted, it's always protected?
I don't know. That was the only one that I had seen corrupted. But if someone had masterminded this whole thing to happen all at the same time, I would definitely assume that there would be something guarding each one.
Hmm.
I don't think that he would leave it to chance, or whoever has done this would leave it to chance.
So how do we get to?
Who's
The
going to guide us
Feywood?
to the Feywood?
Nokomis will guide you to the edge of the Feywood. Once you're inside, it's up to you.
Can you describe what the Feywood is? Is there a city like this, or a temple inside where the orb is? Where is the orb in the Feywood?
In the past, the Feywood is the home of the Fey.
Hmm.
It is their embassy. They don't have buildings.
Hmm.
They have clearings. They have trees. They're nature folk.
Where's the orb within these clearings and trees?
Unfortunately, I don't know.
Hmm.
I know that there are different parts of the Feywood. I know that there is the forest, where the Hamadryad rules, and there is also a graveyard. And it is where most of our fallen from the battles to keep San Francisco safe are laid to rest.
Oh, the elves.
Not just the elves.
Hmm.
Humans and halflings like yourself and dwarves have fought to keep San Francisco safe in the past. It's more of a memorial. It's not an individual gravesite.
Hmm.
But you would have to ask the Fae for any more information than that.
What is your kingdom called? So we can say that we came from.
Oh, you've come from Singorn in the
Singorn.
Golden Gate Forest.
Singorn.
Singorn.
Okay. Let's be off. Unless there's any advice or blessings you can give us.
No, just be careful and be polite.
Hmm.
The Fae don't take kindly to rudeness. They're very impulsive. They're very excitable.
Hmm.
And their pride outweighs their common sense.
Hmm.
Do they drink?
Most definitely. Do not drink with the Fae.
We would drink under the table.
Most likely kill you with it, yes.
Oh, never mind.
We can offer it to them. We don't have to drink.
And now you should be off before they find out that you've gone. The sleeping potion that we use to keep the guards asleep won't last much longer.
How do we get a hold of you?
Unfortunately, you don't right now. But I will try to get a hold of you later. If you make it out alive.
Oh, such confidence.
Well,
We are level 1.
She's pragmatic.
she's realistic. I mean, you could. This world is full of so many different crazy things.
Mm.
But you must be off, and Nokomis will guide your way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for saving me, and for saving that orb. I need to stay here and keep our orb safe. And she...
One last question.
Yes.
Who's the wood singer? Is that what you called it?
Tree singer.
Who's the tree singer? She would know because she's a princess, right?
He is ancient, and he is gone.
Dead.
I don't know. He's no longer here in San Francisco. But he did not leave too long ago. I would say about 100 years ago.
Oh. That's confident.
I was a child when he left.
Okay.
And she moves aside, and Nokomis kind of moves up to her and kind of whispers in her ear and do a perception check.
Puss puss.
All of us?
Or whoever wants to.
Oops.
Oh, I'm 7, so 19.
12. Sorry. Yes.
Okay. So you both see them clasp hands and then squeeze, and you see a small tear run down the corner of Taranya's eye, or cheek. And she disengages. Come on, guys, let's go. We gotta hurry.
All right. Let's go.
All right. So you follow her for about an hour. This is a long, narrow tunnel. It's dark, except for the small gems that are lighting the way. For some odd reason, they aren't as bright as the ones in the tree. It looks like their magic is fading. If anybody wants to do an Arcana check, it's up to them. It doesn't.
I can do it. Natural 20.
Okay. So you don't know the actual spell that's used to do these. It's a light spell basically, but it's a permanency spell, and after a certain amount of time, if not recharged or used regularly, it starts to fade.
Okay.
It's nothing important, but long term, you might use this later on in some other something.
Okay.
Depending on how spells get found and things like that. So you take about an hour and a half underground, and as you end, you come up to a large grate, and
Above us or in front of us?
in front of you, you can kind of see a dim light. It's very dim, and as you come to the gate, Nokomis pulls out a key, and it's a very small key, about that big. It's gold, with a gem in the end, and she clicks it, and she doesn't actually have to work at it. It just clicks open, and the doors open, and in front of you is a long stretch of land, kind of unusual in the city. Each side of it are large housing, like it's a lot of housing, a lot of business fronts and stuff, but down the very center it looks more like a giant green carpet, except that the green has faded to brown, and it leads 600 to 800 feet ahead of you, and at the end of it is a large wood, and not like the wood you've come from. This wood is large and gnarled and dangerous looking and dark. Nokomis turns to you. This is where I leave you. I will walk you to the edge of the forest and get you in the forest. Getting out is up to you.
Okay.
So she walks up. She starts playing her pipes, and you hear this melody, kind of this soothing, almost the same melody you heard last night, to put things to sleep. But instead of putting you to sleep, it kind of pierces your head a little bit. It doesn't hurt. You know there's magic happening. And as she keeps playing, the trees slowly move apart. You can hear a creaking and a groaning. And in front of you is a small, thin trail, probably wide enough for one at a time. This is where I leave you. Unfortunately, I can't go with you. I'm not exactly welcome here.
Why aren't you welcome here, Thomas?
It is a private matter that I'd like to keep to myself, thank you.
Oh, shit.
But you have passage. Stay on the path, and hopefully you will find your way. Also, Try not to look back. And she steps aside and lets you enter.
Okay.
When we run into somebody, is it okay if we say that we came from Singorn?
Absolutely. Yeah, it may help you. This isn't natural. And it looks like it's covering the whole city except for the Golden Gate Forest, and only in certain parts, closer to Singorn, not near the coast. I would definitely be on your guard.
Okay.
I'll go first.
Okay, so order.
First,
I'll go in the I'll go out the pocket.
and I'm taking up,
Sit
back.
and then sit and bow
and then me.
and then bow me.
Okay. So you enter,
Mhm.
and you walk in. All of you finally get in, and you hear a creaking sound behind you.
Closes. We don't look.
We don't look.
We don't look.
And you are inside the forest. There is a very strange feeling about this forest.
Do I hear the same humming that I heard?
You
in
don't.
Oak Creek Forest?
You don't. It's not the same. Are you concentrating?
I'm concentrating. I want to touch the trees just to see if I feel any energy.
Okay, and
from
as you
them.
do, it feels like the tree tries to recoil from your grasp. Concentrating, you hear a faint song, but it's not something that you... It's very... I don't know, think of it as like if an insane asylum got a hold of band instruments. It's musical, but it's not. It's very discordant. Something doesn't seem right. It seems very out of balance, and it's starting to hurt your head, like concentrating on it. Do a will save.
17 plus 1, 18.
Okay, so you feel it kind of try to take hold of you, and you brush it off and step away. As you guys are standing in this wood, the canopy comes up over you. There is dim light. You can see, it looks to be early morning when you stepped out of the tunnel. But the forest kind of moves in a strange way. It doesn't move like in a breeze. It moves very, like the forest is alive. It feels like it's watching you. And it doesn't seem happy.
But the path is clear ahead of us.
The path is clear ahead of you, yes.
I think that forward.
We
Yeah.
don't look back.
I mean, we're surrounded by everything. I don't think we have to go stealthily. I think we just go forward.
Okay. So
There's
it
only
is,
one path.
it is 2 o'clock right now.
Mm-hmm.
The next part might take a little long, unfortunately.
I say we end then.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
let's go ahead and stop
Let's call
here. And we'll pick this up next time.
And we'll have Matt here next time so he
Yes.
can battle with us.
Yes.
What's the next day that we're playing?